Hi. So today was just an off day. I was feeling off a lot. I was feeling emotionally entangled, feeling a little addicted, feeling clogged, feeling wanting things from outside me. And when that happens, one of the things we do that we don't realize is an addiction is we analyze it. Maybe we try to come up with why we feel off. You know, like you're just feeling tired and you go, I know why, because I stayed up late last night to watch that show. Or you're just feeling off and you come up with some analysis of why. Or you immediately come up with that it'll be better later, and you start coming up with all these things in the future. Like, I'm sure later it'll be fine and blah, 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 blah. And what's really going on is your body wants you to feel and acknowledge that you're feeling that way without a reason. I went to a place called the Hoffman Process, the Hoffman Institute, and did the Hoffman Process. And one of the moments that was so powerful to me was we did this deep, intensive work on our lives, on our parents, on everything. And you'd feel all kinds of different emotions every day. And I would go in the morning, I would just go, they'd come up, the teacher would come up, or the coach would come up and say, how do you feel? And I would say, I feel good. I was a little tired last night and I'm blah, blah, blah. And he goes, how do you feel? And I would say, good. I think that I'm going to, and he'd go, how do you feel? And he didn't want all this other stuff. He just wanted to know how I felt. And we love to immediately come up with a reason why or fix as ways to not acknowledge just that we feel that way. And one of the things I talk about at my events is if the feeling that you had, the thoughts that were coming up, everything were another kid at a park, what would you do? Would you immediately fix it? Would you immediately run from it? Would you deny it? Would you take an addiction? Or would you just love it? And if you realize that that pain is you, it's just you as a little kid. It's just your neediness. It's your whatever. And just acknowledged what you feel, but don't try to go fix it. Like, just say, I feel like crap. I feel tired. I feel nervous. I feel sad. And there's a given in our society that feeling anything that seems like a negative emotion is bad. So we immediately go into a fixing before we ever even acknowledge it. And imagine if there was a kid at a park named Sadness, and before you could even feel it, you're talking yourself out of being with it, and you're talking yourself out of connecting to it. You're talking yourself out of loving that kid named Sadness. And which is a little like Inside Out, the movie, I just realized too. But an exercise that's helped me so much is to just stop fixing, stop analyzing, stop giving pain a reason, and understand that pain is here so that you'll feel it. And it will change things, but I don't want to say that. I think it's just good to just feel whatever feeling is coming up because it's there. And what really makes it so much more painful is your analysis showing up as a way to leave the pain, to run from the pain. So if you're just feeling something painful, just say it's okay. I mean, do it inward. Obviously, if you're feeling anger, like that's an outward emotion sometimes. So I'm not talking about that as much. That might be you need to hit a pillow. You might need to talk to someone at that point. You might need to go to a therapist. But if you really are honest with your heart and you understand that you're responsible for your feelings, then your range of pain will be much more from the line of sadness to euphoria. Once you kind of release blame, anger starts to leave a little bit more and your release goes to sadness because you're in full responsibility that you are responsible for everything. So you're in this place where you are that feeling. And if it's your responsibility, you don't have much to be angry about. You have sadness more. Because anger is more when you think it's something outside that you can't control. Like, why did they do that to me? Or even if you're angry at yourself, why did I do that? You're still thinking you now are in fighting to control something that you can't control from your past or whatever. So if you're really honest with yourself and you're okay with your emotions and you're okay with what you feel, I feel sad, I feel nervous, I feel scared, and you don't come up with a why you feel that way. You don't come up with a, because you'll never be able to even track the why. I just feel this way. Like, it's totally okay. I'm truly okay with feeling sad. I'm truly okay with feeling scared. I'm truly okay with feeling lonely. I'm truly okay with feeling addicted. Then you might not go do it. If you feel okay that you really want to smoke a cigarette or drink a beer or eat ice cream excessively, and you go, yeah, I feel that way, and it's okay, then you won't have a bar, you won't have a fence here that says that addiction's on the other side and your only way to freedom is to break through this. Your access to freedom is in your okayness with what you feel, and you actually might not crave that thing as much. So just take it for what it's worth, that it's okay to feel, and know that if you're in an analysis, if you're in a how, you're trying to stop yourself from feeling something, that if you just allow yourself to feel, you expand beyond that emotion. And then you become a space that feels sadness versus you are owned by your sadness or whatever the emotion. So, man, just 7 minutes of talking through that and I feel so good all of a sudden. Isn't that crazy? That's another reason to make these videos. It's just so therapeutic. Give yourself, at least do a diary. If you don't want to make videos, write down in a diary what you're feeling every day. Because to be able to articulate it and then hear your own heart's guidance through it really does help. So I feel great now. And I don't need to know why. Yay!